Shopping on buy.jp is a lot like shopping on sites like Amazon or eBay. And just like you would on those sites, you want to do a little bit of research on what you're purchasing. Thankfully, Buy makes that easy. For example, this Godzilla beanie would be perfect for the winter, but I want to know if it's going to fit my big old noggin. Thankfully, Buy has a built-in translation system so I can turn the Japanese description into my native English. And look at that, one size fits all, perfect. But I also had my eye on this Godzilla jacket. Yeah, the hoodie's face looks kind of goofy, but look at those dorsal plates on the back, that's cool. And I know this one's in my size. Hairy, like the 5th picture. What do they mean by that? Oh yeah, that's hairy. And I'm gonna buy this hat instead. And as I buy this hat, you can also see that Buy is also handling all of the currency conversion to make this a super simple purchase. Sign up for buy.jp today and use the link in the description because MIB viewers get a discount on their first purchase. Monster Island Secrets. Today's another beautiful day on Monster.
Not cool, man. Now I'll never marry Mothra.
Rodan, you're disappearing. It worked.
What? No!
We did it. We saved the world from eternal damnation by creating a paradox to make it stop existing. Hooray! I guess? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this wasn't the greatest plan.
Monster Island Buddies episode 99, Godzilla vs. Time, was uploaded on December 10th, 2016. The following episode, episode 100, was to be the final episode of Monster Island Buddies, but it was going to take some time to make. Meanwhile, Christmas was fast approaching, and I have somewhat of a Christmas tradition to do a Christmas-themed video every year. But how do I do that in this case? Episode 99 ended with pretty much the destruction of all time and space. Episode 100 wasn't going to be a Christmas episode, and there was no way I could make it in just a couple of weeks. So what I wound up doing, for the first and only time, was making an episode of Monster Island Buddies that was just completely disconnected from the numbering of the main series. Sort of like a Christmas special. A Monster Island Buddy Christmas, I called it. Frisky the Snowman. So before we dive into 100, I feel like I owe it to you guys to take a look at episode 99.5, if you want to call it. Frisky the Snowman.
Hose, hose, hose. It's your old pal Santa Godzilla.
Before I started appearing on the channel as MIB with the mask and the hoodie, the only times I would do full-body appearances on the channel was as, quote, Godzilla, wearing this specific mask and then some other type of costume. You could say it was sort of a proto-MIB character, but really this character was never meant to be me, MIB. He always says he's Godzilla.
Oh, hi there. I'm Godzilla. Hose, hose, hose. It's your old pal Santa Godzilla.
So to read his Christmas story, Godzilla is reading from Atlas Shrugged. And Godzilla also does his hose, hose, hose Christmas joke that I've been doing for a pretty long time now, and continue to do today. So by framing this as a Christmas story, it kind of let me live outside of the continuity, but it does fit in the continuity if you need it to. So Frisky here is just turned around, that's why he has no face or buttons, but you can kind of see the tip of his carrot nose at the top there.
Oh? What?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Frisky the Snowman.
I wish I could tell you what this voice was inspired by, or hell, where this idea even came from, but I honestly don't remember. I just remember finding this snowman statue with my Christmas decorations and thinking, oh, a Frosty parody would be good this year.
What? I got my very own theme song, and it goes like this. Frisky the Snowman, let's fuck.
Independent of this episode, I actually did make a gingerbread choo-choo train, so it kind of worked out. Tasted good, too. I can't eat too much gingerbread, though. Starts burning my throat, you know?
Carrot.
What?
What the hell is this? Oh no, you built a stupid snowman. How would you like it if I smash your stupid
I like
snowman
this
in
joke.
your
It kind of harkens back to Manila's snow day when Gabriel would come and wreck his snowmen. And in this case, Manila wants him to wreck the snowman, but Gabriel has a change of heart for Christmas.
I'm gonna give you a pass. Yeah.
No, wait, come back!
I love taking one joke and then just letting that joke roll until it just goes off the rails and down some other wormhole. And that's just really fun comedy to make every once in a while. So it was really nice that I got this episode in before episode 100.
Oh no! Frisky, you don't just come on to a little monster, boys. First, you gotta wrap them up so they can't breathe, and then you have your way. No! Ah! Help me! Ah! No!
This was my call out to Diego Doom. We'd had never met or interacted at that point. I was just watching a lot of his channel at that point. This joke has to have happened somewhere in a Family Guy or Futurama or some shit. I don't feel like it's original, but I still think it's hilarious to just keep having characters wake up and just until it's not funny anymore, and then it's funny again, and then it's just becomes increasingly ridiculous.
You're next, little one.
Ah! I dreamt we were doing an overdone gag where everything's a dream.
The only way to be certain that I'll never hurt anyone is to end it. I'm sorry, world. I'm sorry I couldn't be the magical snowman with clean thoughts. Goodbye.
I remember I had to have a pillow underneath there so that I wouldn't break Frisky.
Monster Island mailbag! Today's question comes from...
In case this needs saying, that's not a real screenshot of a comment on YouTube. I invented this in Photoshop.
Ah! What's that wrong, man?
And this is the first appearance of Mario and Luigi, who would appear again later in the video game special. Godzilla vs. Video Game Land. Bowser, also in the video game episode, but voiced by me here. And then, boom, the perfect bookend to the joke. I love this episode! And the book is now upside down.
Join us next year when I'll tell you the story of the monster nativity scene.
And here's a funny thing, when I said that, I absolutely meant it. I remember thinking, I'm gonna do the nativity skit next year. And to this day, I haven't. So this episode, Frisky the Snowman, was uploaded on December 18th, 2016. And this would be it for the channel with uploads until April 29th, 2017. Yeah, like over 4 months later. Now, the first order of business in this episode was to undestroy the universe that got destroyed in episode 99. And it was a perfect way to go to the world of the higher beings and just let them handle it. Kind of similar to what I was just talking about with the Frisky episode and its joke structure. A long drawn-out version of that is this Paul Reiser joke. That started as just a one-off comment in one episode about his short-lived show, The Paul Reiser Show, and then somehow snowballed into Paul Reiser being not only a god, but the god of all the gods. So a lot of this art is just stock art I created that I had laying around that was made for other purposes.
I beat you in beer pong, and you, and you, and you! Excuse me.
Alright, so on the left is a drawing a friend made of me when I was like 20. On the right is a creature I made up for a skit I did with my friends ages ago. But the joke is actually very similar to Blundergosh. It's a creature that has 2 teeth, 9 eyes, 2 wings, blah blah blah. It's actually kind of a proto Blundergosh joke, which I never realized until right now.
Oh Lord and star of Stranger Things on Netflix.
Okay, let's not get carried away. I was in 1 episode of Stranger Things to date.
That's pretty funny, he says to date, because since then I'm pretty sure he was in like an entire season of Stranger Things as a substantial character. And this brings it all the way back to when Blundergosh lost the game of beer pong with Godzilla. He just is still a drunk mess from that whole thing, and that's how things have fallen so out of control with Cthulhu on Earth. I was so nervous about like a nose popping off and going into the toilet water, because it's all held together by Velcro, and the Velcro can get really weak sometimes, especially when I make the hand motions very animated. So the space-time paradox bring the universe back, they undo the paradox. But if you're watching the current Monster Island Buddies story, you now know that this event had a bit of a consequence. Shout out to the 3 of you that are hanging in there with me.
So, I caused the space-time paradox in 2016.
Are you fucking serious?
Monster Island Buddy. Monster Island Buddy. Monster Island Buddy.
This was something I've always wanted to do. Just a tribute to the fact that the intro has never changed. Even now, in the second iteration of Monster Island Buddies, the intro, that was the perfect time I could have changed the intro, and I just didn't. Oh, I'm still using peanut butter goji there. Still got the messed up mouth. This is before I swapped figures. Man, I look at this episode now, and it just looks like an easier episode compared to the amount of work and stuff that go into current episodes. But, like, I remember making this thinking, oh, this is a lot. I gotta do so much. I gotta keep getting off and on the floor. I gotta add all this red dust. MIB predicted singular point. Hashtag. Does the hashtag go before or after the... At this point in the series, this might be like Godzilla's third big speech. And I felt like it's just become a kind of a staple of the epic events at this point where he had to do one last one.
Nobody's smarter than you. And you? Who the fuck are you?
I'm Manda. We were in Destroy All Monster together. Nothing?
So it's really funny that the final episode of this series of Monster Island Buddies kicks off an ongoing joke that would be in the next iteration, and that's the I was in whole spiel. It wasn't Manda's first appearance on the show, but I'm pretty sure it was the first time he did this line. This was one of the first videos where I was also starting to just pay for song licenses and sound effects, because I was getting really specific with what I had in mind. And one thing that was really specific in my head was that when these 3 characters appear to give that Christopher Nolan Inception. Lucky for me, there are a ton of those online that you can license for like $3. I really do miss playing with Young Manila, but I am legitimately enjoying any chance I can get to make this Godzilla 2014 character, like, show real leadership skills.
Dig a tunnel and take a few of the troops to the other side of the field.
Hey, consider it done. Here goes nothing.
Hey, I can change sizes! Up, and
That's a throwback to episode 90 or 91 or whatever Jet said. I could change sizes?
Okay, Mothra, do it now.
Charge!
Gamera gets knocked over. I'm pretty sure somebody always gets knocked over whenever there's a charge.
What happened now?
It happened really quick, but there was a catchphrase 1-2 punch for you. Oh, by now I realized Shin Godzilla could fire a laser from his tail.
Come on,
It's Varan right in the dick. Yeah, so clearly this is like the curtain call fight of the whole series. The boss level, where all of the major threats ever return. And the good guys and almost good guys have to fight side by side. And I'm really glad I did it this way, and I'll tell you why a little later.
You don't see the camera right there. No. You know, you're really weak.
Outside of his own series now, this is probably the furthest Orga's ever pushed the fourth wall joke. Kind of trying to force another character to see it. And what's interesting is that there are times other characters have seen the fourth wall, and it's kind of funny that Orga's the only one that can consistently see it, while everyone else, the perception kind of goes in and out.
I'm gonna live? You're gonna live! Right?
Now we get to bring Megalon's story full circle. This was a really fun joke to do, and it was really cool to bring these characters' different paths together like this, where they could help each other. But I did not like the implication I made where depression is just a thing you can will out of. So one thing I'm glad of with the new series is that I was able to kind of go back to that and make a point that things are getting better, but they're not fixed for Megalon. I remember before writing the script for this episode, I had to rewatch every episode so far and keep a list of open threads just so I could really wrap everything up nicely. And one reason was for storytelling, but another reason was just so that I wouldn't have any open threads that people would beg me to come back to the show and do more for. I really, really thought I was going to be retiring this version of the show for a while.
I got you now, you piece of shit. Hello.
Ow! Oh!
Godzilla! No!
Oh, look, Godzilla died again. It's like the third time he's died at this point. Yeah, so I had shown how Baby Jet and Baby Godzilla had met, but one thing we never seen was how Baby Rodan and Baby Godzilla had met, so I thought that was a good last thing to show with the babies. And if you didn't know, Godzilla's upset here because of an event he specifically referenced in a previous episode, when he talked about the time his father forced him to kill a dolphin. Turns out that Godzilla met Rodan almost immediately after that event. So Rodan met Godzilla while he was his most vulnerable. Yeah, but Godzilla and Rodan's relationship kind of went through the ringer over the course of these 100 episodes, so I really wanted to put a pin on how much their friendship meant to each other.
But please don't call me Rhodey ever again. I don't like that.
And to this day, I never told anyone about your crying.
What? You cried? Lame. Ow!
You'll also notice that during this entire fight, a lot of the characters have been using some of their classic moves, going back to like the first 20 episodes. So Godzilla dies again. He died at the end of episode 50 when he went meltdown mode. When he had the peanut allergy exposure, that was more of a near-death experience, where he kind of peeked into the afterlife, but never really crossed over. Oh, but this is Godzilla dying.
Again? I've been here so many times it's not even impactful anymore. Where's Blundergosh? I've got words for him. Blundergosh has been missing. What the hell? Who are you? Oh, I'm you from an alternate timeline that was destroyed a while back.
It feels so, like, exhausting now to hear about the multiverse, but at this point, it really wasn't being overdone by every company on Earth yet.
In the multiverse, it's all canon! What the fuck?
You've probably also noticed that this fight goes back and forth between an actual fight moment with a real quick character closure moment.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, where does that music come from when you blast your techno lasers? Turns out these huge crystals on my shoulders are also Bluetooth speakers.
And it is almost kind of a cheat to have a curtain call like this where every character has to be together doing something, so you can just keep swapping the pairs and who needs to finish this and who needs closure on that in a really rapid way. And this brings Godzilla 2000 back into the mix, who at one point was the future Godzilla. If you remember, him and General Gigan went back to the past, changed the future, and as they were erased, you heard the ducks quack. So, yeah, the Godzilla erased his own timeline and it doesn't exist anymore, but since he was outside of it, he still exists and is displaced. And so, yeah, it turns out there's a whole bunch of Godzillas that went through something similar, and now they're all displaced.
Hey, keep it down in there! It's like you're so loud.
I don't know why, but Blundergosh is talking in, like, my real voice there. That's not even the normal impression I do for Blundergosh. That's how I really talk.
I want you to know, it's been a pleasure being your friend.
Yeah, Rodan, it's been a pleasure being your friend.
Wait, who the hell are you?
I'm Manda. I was in Final Wars at the very beginning.
Oh shit. I didn't realize, I didn't remember that there were two Manda jokes in this episode. Really hit the ground running with that one. We're gonna squeeze in a new reoccurring right at the last episode of your series.
Not if we can help it.
So there we go. Godzilla got to be sent back to life, and he got to be sent with reinforcements. And they make it clear that that's it. If Godzilla ever dies again in the series, he's dead forever. And I plan to stick by that myself. And with most other characters, unless there's something pre-planned. So this is an interesting way to kill somebody. You throw them in a TARDIS.
That's the plan.
You set the TARDIS on fire, and then you send the TARDIS through time remotely. So the TARDIS just explodes somewhere in the tunnels of time. Oh, there's another character getting knocked over.
You fools, this isn't over. I summon every single demon on this earth to return to me and destroy you all.
And then finally I got to clear the red smoke away. And Blundergosh is here to Deus Ex Machina the whole thing.
I just got here. What's going on? Who is that up there? She.
Oh yeah, that was a special one line I requested from Ron, because we weren't working together at this point anymore. So I had to send him that one line request.
Oh, I don't feel so well.
Oh, that's gross.
Pretty sure that's some kind of protein shake or powder or something. Oh, I don't know what that is, I'll be honest. With Blundergosh awake and back at the wheel, balance is restored between good and evil.
So, in a way, all of this was kind of Godzilla's fault, because he cheated death a while back, which sent Blundergosh on a bender and made us all vulnerable.
Yeah, but on the plus side, there's a whole bunch of me now. No, it's my fault. All of it. Dad, you're normal again.
And again, if you're watching the current series, you know that Godzilla's fuck-up is even bigger than this.
View. Also, your mom was Jirass.
Ah, the peanut butter goji mouth. I can't.
That's crazy. Godzilla,
Anyway, yeah, that's how Godzilla finds out his mom is Jirass. By one last asshole deed from his dad as he ascends to heaven. What a dick.
Don't look at me right now.
The epilogue of the first 100 episodes of Monster Island Buddies.
She's gonna lay a new egg.
Congratulations.
How is the peanut butter mouth getting worse?
You're gonna be a dad.
Yeah, shit.
And I believe everything in this epilogue was pretty addressed except for, like, one thing.
My band got a record deal and we're gonna start a world tour.
Ah! Where the hell did you come from?
I was here the whole time.
I never spoke of that again, I don't think. Gorosaurus having a world tour with his band.
Godzilla, everybody, we need your help. There's a new threat coming. I had a premonition.
This ending specifically at the time it was written was meant to be a joke. It wasn't some threat in mind to open the door back up for a potential sequel, but it was just more of like a nod to those movies and shows that ended with the, yep, it never ends. They're gonna keep on doing what they're doing.
Buddies, let's go kick some.
Okay, so I got this idea in my head, and it kind of haunted me to the point where I had to do it. So I actually went on a casting website, and I'd never done a live action bit like this. So I just kind of was like, I just need this thing. I'll pay you. Just please come in and don't ask too many questions about what this is for. Yeah, so at the point I did this video, I knew the channel wasn't ending. I knew that the characters weren't even really ending. Like I said, I thought they would be back in the form of like specials and one-offs. But I was super excited for the next step, and that would be the informational videos and the research videos and the reviews and just fun stuff that let me enjoy my hobby in a much more immersive and engaging way. That's made me really happy and made me enjoy the hobby a lot more, actually. And then the next episodes of Monster Island Buddies that would follow, they would maintain the continuity, but they were meant to be kind of more one-offs, particularly Apocalypse and Date Night. But as time was moving, an idea was forming that I could not stop. It was like a snowball in my head, so once again I got suckered into doing a saga story. And so, with episodes 101 onward, while they do continue the world of these characters in this universe, I really see it as its new thing in my head. It's new. It's like trying the same thing, but a completely new way for me. There's more production value, there's more thought going into shots and focus and composure and what's shown and what's not shown, and there's more of an effort to bring the scales a little more closer to the monsters with the props and settings. There's more efforts with licensed music and sound effects. And most of all, this time around, the story has a predetermined ending. Like, I know where it's going to go this time, whereas as opposed to the first 100 episodes, I was kind of just winging it. And so it's really fun for me to do it, to try this out this way now and just see how this way goes. And wow, 165,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe we covered the first 100, technically 101 episodes of Monster Island Buddies already. In a way, I feel like I just started this Secrets show. Actually, one of the downsides of killing the seasons is I'm not sure how to divide the episodes going forward. Should each Secrets video be 5 episodes? Should it be a story? I'm totally open for your ideas if you want to let me know below. And I'll also hang around in the comments if you have any other questions or things I missed about Frisky the Snowman and episode 100 of Monster Island Buddies. We'll talk to you guys real soon.